If you enjoy my video, like, comment, and consider subscribing. Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Bits and Knits. In today's tutorial, we're going to make this super adorable bobble Christmas tree. So you need a chunky yarn. I got this little star thing at Hobby Lobby and I just kind of snipped around and made it a little bit smaller. So I used a number 5 bulky yarn. You could use any yarn and hook that you want, but the bulky yarn really looks a lot better with the bobbles. And you can use any color that you like. So I'm going to be using this cool kind of red color. I have an 8mm hook and my chunky yarn. To begin, we'll make a magic ring. So just wrap the yarn around your fingers twice. Go under the first piece of yarn, hook the second piece of yarn and pull it through. Twist your hook so that you have a nice loop on your hook. And just hold the base so that you're stabilizing it together. Go ahead and chain 1. And then we're going to make 8 single crochets into this ring. 2, 3, and 8. And just pull this piece here tight to close the ring. Now we're going to slip stitch into this first stitch that we made, that first single crochet. So we're just going to go ahead in here and slip stitch. From here we're going to chain 1 and turn. So we're going to be working back this direction. Now you want to skip, here I'll show you. So when we slip stitched, right, we slip stitch. So now this stitch right here, that is the turning chain or the slip stitch. So when we chain 1 and turn, each and every round we're skipping this slip stitch right here at the very base of your hook. So we're going to go into this stitch and make our first bobble. So yarn over, go into that single crochet from the row below, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So we have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 5 loops on the hook, so we want to do 1 more, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So you have 6 loops on your hook, so altogether you went in 5 times, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. Find this next single crochet and just make a single crochet. We're going to make another bobble. So again, you're going in 5 times. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So just making sure you have these 6 loops on your hook, then you know that you did it right, and you just pull through all 6 of those loops. Find this next stitch and make a single crochet. And you're going to go ahead and make 2 more bobbles. So bobble, single crochet, bobble, single crochet. And go ahead and pause the video and I'll meet you when we get to the end of this round. Alright, so I made my 4th bobble and we're ending this row with a single crochet. So we're going to go into this last stitch and make a single crochet. And then we're going to come over to this bobble stitch. Hopefully you can see it. It's the stitch that is from your bobble, and we're going to slip stitch right into that. Chain 1 and turn. So again, this very bottom stitch right here was your slip stitch, so you want to skip that. And we're going to increase on this row. So we're going to start by making a single crochet, and then going into the next stitch, which is from your bobble, we're going to make 2 single crochets. Next stitch, 1 single crochet. Next stitch, 2 single crochets. 1 single crochet. 2 single crochets. 1 single crochet. And into this last stitch, we're going to make 2 single crochets. So this row that you increased, you're going to want to make sure you have 12 stitches now. From here, we'll slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made. And you can always use a stitch marker if you have a hard time finding where you're supposed to slip stitch at the end of the round. Chain 1 and turn. So this is a bobble row. Now we're alternating, so on this first bobble row we started the row with a bobble, so the next time we have a bobble row we're going to start the row with a single crochet, again skipping this slip stitch, making a single crochet into this single crochet from the row below. Then we'll make our bobble in the next stitch. 3, 4, 5, making sure you have 6 loops and pull through all 6 loops. So on this round we're going to make 6 bobbles total. So next we'd single crochet into the next stitch and then make a bobble, then single crochet, then bobble, and so on to the end of the round with a total of 6 bobbles. So go ahead and pause the video and I'll meet you when we get to the end of this round. So at the end of this row, we're ending the row with a bobble stitch into this last stitch. Four and 5. Okay. So again, we have 6 bobbles. We're going to go into this single crochet that we made the first stitch of this row, and we're going to slip stitch. Okay, so you should have 6 bobbles, chain 1, and turn. So this is going to be another increase row. So we're going to skip the slip stitch, and we're going to go into this bobble from the row below, this stitch here, and we're going to make 1 single crochet. In the next stitch we'll make 2 single crochets. In the next stitch we'll make 1 single crochet, and just going like this all the way around to the end of the row. So go ahead and pause the video. I'll meet you when we get there. Okay, so I just made my last single crochet, and I'm going to slip stitch into this first single crochet from the beginning of the row. And in this round you want to have 18 stitches, so just making sure you have 18 stitches, which I already did. Chain 1 and turn. So again, we're going to do a bobble row. So we had bobble first, single crochet first, so this row we're going to do a bobble stitch first. Again, skipping that slip stitch from the row below, going into this next stitch and making our bobble. And then it would be a single crochet, then a bobble, then a single crochet, then a bobble, all the way to the end of the round. So pretty simple. Make our single crochet. And we are going to have 9 bobbles on this round. So go ahead and pause your video. I'll meet you when we get to the end of the round. Okay, so I just did my last bobble, and we're going to end this round with a single crochet into the last stitch. And then we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch, which was the bobble from the beginning of the round. Chain 1 and turn. So this is going to be no increasing on this round, so we're just going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch around. Again, remembering to skip the slip stitch and just going in and making 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so at the end of the single crochet row, we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet from the beginning of the round. And you want, again, a total of 18 stitches going around. Chain 1 and turn. So again, this round, single crochet, bobble, single crochet, bobble. So we're going to start this round with a bobble, going into the first stitch and not the slip stitch. We'll start making our bobble. And again, just making your slip stitch, or excuse me, single crochet, and then bobble, single crochet, bobble. And again, we'll have 9 bobbles at the end of this row. So pause the video and I will meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so I'm at the end of the row and we'll finish this round with a single crochet. And we'll slip stitch into the first stitch from the row. If you can find it, it gets a little bit tricky. This yarn isn't really the easiest to see either, so. And then we will chain 1 and turn. So we are going to increase this row. We're going to make 2 single crochets, or excuse me, 2 single crochet and then 2 together. So we'll make 1 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1 single crochet, next stitch 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets. So just go ahead and follow this all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so the last stitch I just made 2 single crochets to finish the round, and we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet, and you want a total of 24 stitches around. We'll chain 1 and turn. So let's see, we had single crochet, bobble, single crochet, bobble. So we're going to start this bobble row with a single crochet. Again, make sure you're skipping this slip stitch from the row below and going into this first stitch, making a single crochet, and then your bobble. So you should be pretty comfortable making your bobbles by now. It's really not very hard. It's a super fun little project. I have a lot of fun making these. I think it would be really cute to have make them for a centerpiece for Christmas dinner on the table. Anyway, so go ahead and pause the video and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so I just finished this round with a bobble stitch, and I'll slip stitch into this single crochet from the beginning of the row. We'll chain 1 and turn. So you're going to want to make sure that you have 12 bobbles going around for the last bobble row. So here we're going to not increase on this row, right? So we're going to just make 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So you're going to continue to have 24 stitches at the end of this row total. I'll see you at the end of this round. Right, so that was 23 stitches, and I'll finish up with the last single crochet into that last stitch. Come over here to that first stitch in the row and slip stitch, chain 1 and turn. So again, we're going to go in this row and make 12 bobbles. Make sure you skip this slip stitch from the row below. Going into this first stitch and make your bobble, and then single crochet, bobble. Again, you're probably used to that by now, so just working around this row, making 12 bobbles, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so I'm at the end of the round and I have my 1 stitch left, and I'll finish this round with a single crochet, and we will slip stitch into the first stitch from the round, and chain 1 and turn. Right, so we are going to increase this row, so we only have 2 rows left. So we're going to again skip this slip stitch, and we're going to make 3 single crochets in each of the next 3 stitches. 2, 3, and then 2 single crochets in the same stitch, and then 3 single crochets into the next 3 stitches, and then 2 single crochets into the same stitch. And we're going to follow that all the way around, making 3 single crochets into the next 3 stitches, and then 2 single crochets into the same stitch. So go ahead and pause the video, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so I've just finished up this round. I'll slip stitch into the first single crochet, and you want to have a total of 30 stitches going around. Chain 1 and turn. So I'm sure you've guessed what we're going to be doing. Starting with a single crochet, we'll make our last bobble round. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this last bobble round, and I'll see you at the end of the round. Alright, so I just finished my last bobble. I'll slip stitch into that first single crochet. Go ahead and cut my yarn and just bind it right off and sew in this end here underneath. You just sew that in under there. So I just want you to be able to see a little better. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. And again, you can get like one of these little stars that I got at Hobby Lobby and just put that right on the top. So I hope you guys had as much fun as I did making these. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.